Where is he? He's always taking forever. Let's go. Don't have a watch, but... Sorry. My bad for being late. Thank you for joining us on this very exciting episode of Small Business Sit Down. I'm sitting here with someone you might already know or have seen on the show. His name is Henry. He is owner of HG Media. Henry, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about your business? HG Media is a company that primarily focuses on content creation. Whether it be personal or business oriented, we want to provide our clients with the content needed to tell their story. We want to be able to write captions catered directly towards you to be able to get your story out there, as well as help you promote yourself in any way that you'd like to be promoted, whether it be through your website, social media, TV ad. Really willing to work with our clients to be able to make sure that they get the final product that they want. If they want to shoot a commercial, get any family photos, holiday photos, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to work with my clients. Primarily, I would like to go after businesses though. Oh wow, very interesting. Yeah, thank you. And how long have you owned the business? So I haven't owned the business for very long. It's only been about a month or two since we've actually been established. However, my passion for creating videos and taking pictures has been around for much longer than that, and I've been doing it more as a hobby up until recently. Back in high school, I would create videos for my youth group, slice and dice and put them together. It's just something that I really enjoyed doing. That kind of stuck with me as I would began traveling. I would try to capture photos to be able to remember those times. Once I graduated college, I decided that I would turn my hobby into more of a business, and that's where I am. Is this the first business that you've owned or co-owned? If not, can you tell us a little bit about the previous businesses that you've owned and maybe some lessons that you've learned from that first experience to now? So this is not the first business that I have technically opened. Back in high school, I ran a lawn mowing and lawn care company with one of my best friends, and we did all right. We actually got investments. We were able to upgrade our equipment, pay back our investors, and make a profit on top of that too. So for a couple high school kids needing to file for a tax ID number and open up a business bank account, it was definitely quite the hands-on learning experience that I went through. Now, in regards to the things that I've learned between those times, I mean, that's really immeasurable because I was a 16-year-old back then. Now I'm 10 years later, 11 years, finished college, had all these life experiences that have really formed me into the person I am and the way I want to run my business. What was your ultimate drive to own your business or to open up your own business? So my drive to want to open my own business is ultimately I'd like to forge my own path. I want to be able to be dependent on the amount of effort that I put in and the outcome that brings. I want it to be my work. I want to be able to make the decisions in regards to what I think would be best for the company and not have to go through the bureaucratic system that we often find in a corporate America setting. Did you encounter any type of discouragement when you decided to open your own business? That's a good question. I wouldn't say that I necessarily encountered any real discouragement, but I did encounter some skepticism. Obviously, it's very scary because you might fail, and a lot of people do. Through that skepticism, I was able to think more clearly about what I want to do to be able to not only convince these skeptics, but also myself in regards to the exact path I want to take. Because when people ask you what you want to do and you're only able to give very vague answers, it's obviously going to lead to skepticism. What is unique to your company and the business that you're trying to operate? I think what is unique to my business, it might not necessarily be in regards to any type of competitive advantage in a business plan, but I think my creative style, my sense of humor, and the way I produce and edit my videos is more unique than others. I'm fairly flexible, yet not afraid to tell my clients what I think, because obviously not everyone sees eye to eye on everything, but it is important to be able to come to some type of final conclusion together based on both of our experiences in each of our respective fields. What is something that you've come across as a business owner that you had not quite expected when you were just setting up shop, and something that's kind of caught you off guard? So something that I encountered that I was not expecting as a business owner is honestly just the extensive amount of knowledge that you have to have surrounding your entire field rather than the specific market that you want to attract, such as I want to be able to use my drone for various promotional footage, but I need FAA certification to be able to do that and make money off it. So learning how to read weather maps, airspace maps, how to communicate with air traffic control at the nearby airports, knowing what all the different air classes mean. I even have to learn about G-force relating to the curve that a plane turns at and at what point it becomes dangerous. There's just a lot of information that I was not expecting to have to know when setting out on this journey. Not that I'm upset that I have to learn these things, it just wasn't something that I was quite expecting. What would you say your primary focus is for your content creation? Who's your primary demographic? What type of business are you going for? I would say that my primary focus for my content creation would be business to business. I'm trying to concentrate heavily on Instagram, create photos, videos, as well as produce this web series. I don't know if you've heard about it. I gotta tell you, it's just fantastic. You should check it out sometime. Where do you want this journey to ultimately take you? Ultimately, the end goal is I would like this to be able to allow me to travel a bit more and kind of mix pleasure and work together. This is something that I've mentioned that I've enjoyed doing for quite some time habitually and just for fun, but now that I'm able to kind of chase my passion and try to sustain a living off it is just a dream come true, really. Is there any type of advice that you might give someone wanting to open their own business? I know you're a bit new, but that might give you a different perspective than someone that's already been in business for 2-3 years. So just going through the journey now, what is something that you've gone through that you'd like to get out there and let people know about? So my main piece of advice I would give an aspiring business owner is honestly to just do it. There's no point in waiting. There is some preparation that you should do prior to taking the plunge in regards to opening the business. Make sure you do have that initial investment, find out how much the equipment you're going to need or services, anything like that is going to cost. And the filing fees, just opening a business costs money, so make sure you have enough for that. Other than that, I would say just find something you're passionate about, find a way to make money on it that might be a little bit different than how other people do it, and start talking to people, get your name out there, find clients. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you around again. Henry Ginsberg, owner of HG Media. Be sure to check out his Facebook page. Honestly, it's great stuff. He's hilarious. Some of his captions, I just laugh all night. This is our last episode for 2017, so I do apologize. Thank you so much for viewing and subscribing. Hopefully, if you haven't yet, be sure to do so now, and I'll see you next year. Happy New Year and happy holidays.